Now we will be discussing one comprehensive question relating to the residential status and its scope on tax incidence. It's a residential status and scope of tax incidence. And what they are saying is compute the total income in hands of the individual aged 45 years, being resident and ordinarily resident, if he is a R and OR, if he is R but NOR, or if he is for non-resident. So we'll be discussing each and every point one by one. We are required to compute the total income. If he is a person is a resident, if he is a NOR, or if he is a NNR. So we'll be discussing now this. This is what? Computation of total income so one is a column of non-resident, one is a column of NOR, one is a column of say resident, and one is what? The particulars. So we'll be discussing point by point in this case. So what is the first point? Interest on UK development bonds. 50% of interest is what? Received in India. So since here 50% of interest is received in India, it will be taxable in all the three cases. And since in case of a resident, his worldwide income is taxable, so entire interest on UK development bonds will be taxable in case of what? The resident. So here interest on UK development bond %50 is received in India. In case of a resident, since his worldwide income is taxable, therefore entire 10,000 rupees will be taxable. For NOR and NR, since 50% is received in India, the same will be taxable. 5,000 rupees will be taxable in case of NOR and NR. The amount which is what? Received in India. Number 2, income from business in Chennai. 50% is what? Received in India. It is income from business in Chennai. 50% is received in India. Now, since the source of income is in India, since the business is carried in India, Chennai, therefore, it will be what? Taxable, whether he is a resident, whether he is a NOR, whether he is a NR, since income is deemed to accrue or arise in India. So, entire amount will be taxable in all the three cases. Why it is taxable? As income accrue and arise in India. Number 3 is short-term capital gain on sale of shares of an Indian company. Now, it is a sale of shares of an Indian company which is received in London. Since here capital asset transferred is shares of Indian company, income is regarded as deemed to accrue or rise in India, and it will be taxable in all the three cases. Short-term capital gains on sale of shares of Indian company. Short-term capital gains on sale of the shares of Indian company. Here fundamentally the income is deemed to accrue or rise in India. It will be taxable. This 20,000 rupees will be taxable in all the three cases. The same will be taxable in all the three cases. Number fourth is what? Dividend from British company received in London. Now here it is dividend from British company received in London. Income accrue and arise outside India and is received outside India. The same will be taxable only in case of a resident. So dividend from shares of British company received in London. So how much amount it is? 5,000 rupees. The same will be taxable only in case of a resident. It won't be taxable in case of, say, NOR. It won't be taxable in case of NR. Fifth point. Long-term capital gains on sale of plant at Germany. 50% of the profits are received in India. Long-term capital gains. On sale of plant at Germany. Now here, since 50% is received in India, 50% is received in India. As the income accrues and arises outside India, because the plant is situated in Germany, but since 50% is received in India, it will be taxable. 50% will be taxable. For resident, worldwide income is taxable. The entire 40,000 rupees will be taxable here. In case of NOR and in case of NR, since 50% is received in India, the same will be what? Taxable. Since 50% is received in India, it will be taxable. Then income earned from business in Germany. Income earned from business in Germany, which is controlled from Delhi. So we have seen the exception. In case of NOR, if the business is income accrues and arises outside India, but it is controlled from India, it will be taxable. And here 40,000 is received in India. Income from business in Germany, controlled from India. It will be taxable in case of a resident. It will also be taxable in case of NOR. Since business is controlled from India, and we have seen an exception that income which accrues and arises outside India from business and it is received outside India, but business is controlled from India, it will be taxable in case of NOR. But in case of NR, how much amount is received? 40,000 is received in India. That 40,000 will be taxable. Next is you look, that is what? Profits from business in Delhi but managed from London. It's profits from business in Delhi that is managed from London. Since the business is in Delhi, income accrues and arises in India, and when the income accrues and arises in India, it will be taxable in all the three cases. Means business is in Delhi, so it will be taxable in all the three cases. That is what? 15,000, 15,000 and 15,000. Next is what? Income from house property in London, deposited in bank at London and brought to India. So here, income from HP in London, received in London, and subsequently remitted to India. remitted to India. So the same will be taxable only in case of a resident. It won't be taxable in case of NOR and NR. 50,000 will be taxable in case of resident. It won't be taxable in case of NOR and NR, since the income is accrued and arise outside India, as well as the same is what received outside India. Next, that is what interest on debentures in an Indian company received in London. Interest on debentures of Indian company. Since the income accrues and arises in India, therefore it will be taxable in India in all the three cases. How much it is? It is, 12,000 rupees. It is 12,000 rupees. Same will be taxable in all the three cases. Then fees for technical services rendered in India but received in London. Fees for technical services rendered in India but received in London. Now here, since the technical services are rendered in India, the income is regarded as deemed to accrue or rise in India. So it is 8,000. It will be taxable in all the three cases. Next is profits from business in Mumbai managed from London. Profits from business in Mumbai managed from London. Similar point we have already discussed. Since the business is in Mumbai, it will be taxable in all the three cases. That is 26,000 rupees. Source of income is in India. Hence, next is what? Income from property situated in Pakistan received there. Income from property situated at Pakistan received there. So here it is what? 16,000 rupees. It will be taxable only in case of a resident, since income it accrues and arises outside India, and the same is also received outside India. Next is past untaxed profits. Past untaxed income brought to India. It won't be taxable in any of the cases. Income from agricultural land in Nepal received there and then brought to India. It will be taxable only in case of a resident. Income from agricultural land in Nepal received there and later on remitted to India. How much it is? 18,000 rupees. taxable in case of resident only. Then income from profession in Kenya, which was set up in India, but received there, but spent in India. Income from profession in Kenya, which was set up in India. Now, since the profession was set up in India, it will be taxable in case of resident, but not ordinarily resident also. So this one is taxable in case of resident as well as NOR, 5,000 rupees. Next is what? Gift received on occasion of his wedding. Gift received on occasion of wedding is exempt. So gift received on occasion of wedding. The same is what? Exempt. Hence it won't be taxable. That will be discussed by us in income from other sources. On occasion of marriage of an individual, if any gift is received, the same is exempt. Interest on saving bank deposit account in SBI. Interest on saving bank deposit account. Saving bank deposit account in SBI. How much it is? It is 12,000 rupees. It will be taxable in all the three cases. It will be taxable in all the three cases. Then, income from business in Russia, controlled from Russia, will be taxable only in case of whom? Resident. Income from business in Russia, controlled from Russia. It will be taxable only in case of a resident, that is 20,000 rupees. The next is what? Dividend from shares of Indian company. Dividend from shares of Indian company. If any dividend is received from shares of Indian company, it will be taxable in all the three cases, 5,000 each. Now, dividend from shares of Indian company is basically taxable in hands of shareholder. Dividend from shares of Indian company, the same is taxable in hands of shareholder. Agriculture income from land in Rajasthan is exempt from tax. Agricultural income from land in Rajasthan same is what? Exempt from tax. So basically what happens now is, this is a gross total income. Then we'll be getting a deduction under section 80 TTA in respect of interest on saving bank account. We'll be discussing that deduction under section 80 TTA. 10,000 rupees deduction is allowed. So this comes our total income. This will be our total income. So we'll be first computing the GTI and then we'll be computing the total income after giving deduction or interest on saving bank account. So our GTI is how much? See, in case of a resident, 10,000 plus 20,000 plus 20,000 plus 5,000 plus 40 and 70 and 1,25,000, then 50 plus 15, 50 plus 20 plus 70,000 plus 26 plus 16 plus 23 plus 32 plus 5,000. It works out to be 3,52,000. We get a deduction of 10,000 rupees. That is 3,42,000. Then in case of NOR, you know, it is 5,000 plus 20, 20, 20, 60, 130 plus 15 plus 20,000 plus 26,000. Then it is 17. 2 lakh and 13,000. It is 2 lakh and 3,000. If the calculation is correct, then it works out to be how much? 2 lakh and 3,000. Actually, it was income from profession in Kenya, which was set up in India, is taxable in case of NOR also, I told you, but we forgot to write the same. So it is here, it is 2 lakh and 18,000. It works out to be 2 lakh 8,000. Now in this case, in case of NR, it is 5,000 plus 60 plus 40, 1 lakh 15,000. Then it is 20 plus 26, 46,000. Then it is 12 plus 15, 17,000. It works out to be 1 lakh and 83,000. Minus 10,000, it is 1 lakh and 73,000. Look the calculation aspect. Then we see it's correct or not. You will solve it by hand. So this was one comprehensive question which was covering the entire scope of incidence. As you are aware, in case of a resident, income which is received in India, deemed to be received in India. Accrue in India, deemed to accrue arise in India. Received and accrued outside India also taxable. His global income is taxable. In case of NOR and NR, income which accrues and arises outside India and is received outside India is not taxable. However, in case of NOR, the same is taxable if it is from business controlled from India or say profession which is set up in India. So we have discussed this comprehensive question. We will be discussing now other questions also.